Alabama, Texas just ended. Alabama wins 20-19, but in all reality, did Alabama really win this game? Now, again, I'm a huge Alabama fan, lifelong Alabama fan, but I got to call it like I see it, and Texas has every reason to be excited walking away from this game because in all reality, Texas won this football game. Alabama played horrible, and not only they played terrible, the refs helped them out on multiple occasions. This was a sloppy game for many different reasons. Now, I have said, obviously, I'm an Alabama fan, but I love that Texas is relevant, and I want Texas to be relevant. Texas football being relevant in college football is good for college football. Just like the Knicks in the NBA, just like the Cowboys in the NFL, or the Yankees and the Red Sox in Major League Baseball, Texas football, when Texas football is good and they're relevant, it's good for college football. So you have a great rivalry brewing right here with Alabama and Texas, obviously with the moves that Texas is going to be making. You've got Steve Sarkisian, who coached under Nick Saban and has a lot of respect for Nick Saban, and now it seems like he's rebuilding Texas. Texas has always got talent. They always have talent because it's such a high recruiting area right there in the state of Texas, and the Longhorns have a lot of money, a lot of resources, and now it seems like they have a coach that's going to really take this program to the next level. Alabama has a lot of work to do. A lot of work. Now, I think that you had the same problem that many Nick Saban teams tend to have, and I don't blame this on Nick Saban per se. It's just that they're so damn good and they're so dominant that a lot of times a Nick Saban team, which Nick Saban's the greatest college football coach of all time, these teams he has go in there overconfident because they're Alabama. They're expected to win, so they go in overconfident. You have Texas, who was unranked, even though they probably are a top 15 team, maybe even a top 10 team, but Texas goes into this with a lot of talent and knowing that Alabama's overconfident, where Texas is going into the game being like, we're playing Alabama. This is our moment, and this is what Alabama faces a lot. But Nick Saban-led teams, because they are so good and they're so respected, tend to go into these situations very overconfident, and that's exactly what happened today. A very sloppy and embarrassing game from Alabama, and a very, very unbelievable performance by Texas. Not only the first-string quarterback goes down, but the second-string quarterback injured, and they still were hanging with Alabama. And the refs helped Alabama out multiple times today. Multiple times. You can't argue that point. You just can't do it. It was blatant. It was obvious. Alabama walks away with a 20-19 victory. Texas having a kicker named Auburn. His last name Auburn had me worried from the moment I saw this man's last name. And when he kicked that go-ahead field goal, I was like, really? Is this really how this is going to end? Really? Now, of course, Bryce Young is fantastic. Bryce Young is an amazing talent. He's the defending Heisman Trophy winner. I think he's going to be on track to win another Heisman. So he was fantastic in the moment when it needed him most. He is an incredible talent, and I love Bryce Young. I love the fact that he is our quarterback, but Alabama's got a lot of work to do. This was a very, very ugly, ugly game, and Texas has every right to be very excited. Texas should move up. Texas should be in the top 25 next week. They absolutely should. And in all reality, they're probably a top 15, maybe even a top 10 team based on talent alone. Time will tell. But obviously, like any time you're playing Alabama, the other team is going to go in there. And of course, Texas being at home, that place was rocking, just like college football should be. And they went into there knowing that this was the biggest game of the year for them. This was their biggest moment. You knock over Alabama, and it changes everything. So nothing but credit where credit is due to Texas, and Alabama should be very embarrassed by this. But Bryce Young, I love that guy, and he's going to continue to kick ass. Man, college football is back. Football season's back. Here on Sports Wars, we have a lot of coverage here that we're going to be having with football season, with different shows with Robert Barnes and Ryan Kennel from RK Outpost, who obviously runs this channel for us here at Geeks and Gamers. So shout out to them. Shout out to all of you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you want some Geeks and Gamers merch, go to 221B Tactical. We'll have a link in the description. We got hats. We got t-shirts, we've got badges, we've got hoodies coming up very soon. It's a lot of cool stuff that we're developing over there with 221B. So thank you guys. Have a great day. And I just got to say it, roll motherfucking Tide.